Good evening, everybody. Hi, I am Ross Cook. I'm the founder of the Center for Balance and Effective Communication and also the founder of RossCookBalancing.com. I help people to journey within themselves so that they can transform and grow their lives. Remember, there are a lot of entry points to transformation and growth. And today we're going to talk about a number of ways, and we're not going to talk about self-management and journeying within as we so often do. Today I want to bring to you something that might be awesome for you to check out. I know this message means a lot to me, and I hope it shares with you in some way. Also, it may be great for your kids. And they're run by Nat Geo, an extension of their outreach into the world. It's a program called Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants. And this month they're featuring and celebrating amazing women in science, in conservation, in exploration, and in nature. And they have these people come on and talk about these amazing careers and these amazing things that they do day to day in their lives. It's just phenomenal. And my daughter, Megan Cook, who works for the Ocean Conservation Trust and occasionally is on a boat. They run a boat, an exploration boat called the Nautilus Live. And that is an entire program where they take that science, that exploration, and send it from the cameras of the robots all the way around the world. And you can watch it on your phone and kids can watch it in their classroom. So when things are being discovered right now, you can see them in real time. In your classroom or on your phone. It's just amazing. So Megan was giving a talk and was invited to speak on this Nat Geo outreach of Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants. And it's a very beautiful run show. And she was on there talking to 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th graders. And she does an exploration of how big is the space and how deep is the ocean and how much of the ocean is water and how much of it has been explored. And then talks about what they do. You know, what do they do in exploration and what oceans they've been in around the world and how they've done it. And then they open it to questions. And boy, the children asked brilliant questions. And in the middle of all this, Megan shared that she's a marine biologist. She's an ocean explorer. You know what? She was born in a desert. She didn't see the ocean until she was in high school. But she had an elementary school teacher, a first grade teacher, who taught everything via of the ocean. Count fish, do this, do stories, and captivated her imagination. And when most kids want to work with fish or dolphins or whales or something early in their life and it changes, it never left Megan. That passion that was instilled in her by an early, wonderful elementary school teacher really stayed with her. So how do you get there from here? Well, she ended up at Oregon State University, and it was a great place for her, a wonderful institution. The education was phenomenal, and they helped extend her experience, even prior to graduation, out into the world of what's going on in exploration. So she came out really ready to explore, and that has been her chosen craft now for all the years that she's been out exploring around the world in different ways, in diving, and you just name it. You can go on YouTube and see this show, and I really invite you to do it. Now, Megan made an interesting point in the middle of this thing. When she first walked into the Nautilus Live studios in Rhode Island, where their home office is, she looked up and they had big screens up, and they, in that moment, were discovering a shipwreck that had happened in the Aegean Sea. I hope I have that sea right, in the Aegean Sea, and no one had actually looked at that stuff in how many years, how many centuries. And they had the robots right on it, and they were looking at the different kinds of jars that were there and the different kinds and they were seeing things had not been seen in, wow, and it captivated her. And here's the message, I think, for all of us. And that excited Megan so much. She didn't know if she would qualify, but she began to apply for whatever they had there. And at first she got to go out on the ship as a marine biologist and a scientist. She got to go out on the ship, and then she later worked for them at the Ocean Conservation Trust, and now runs their STEM program. She has always said, just apply. Just apply. If you don't think you can make it, if you don't think it's for you, apply anyway, and you get better at applying. But push yourself out there. You have to go through the fear. I have 2 publications, and one of them is a calendar. One is The Healing Before the Healing, a book. But its predecessor was a calendar of how do you get your values into your day-to-day life. And if I were to do that calendar again, I would add sections to the calendar that would do nothing but ask you and give you a place to add your celebrations each day, add the greatnesses that happen in your day all the time. Because when we're in our day, sometimes the adventures and the data just get lost. You know, of course we had a good day today, and it was so fun and enjoyable, and we did some amazing things, but I don't write it down. I mean, I spent 2 days, an evening and 2 days with some of the greatest explorers in the internet, in marketing, traffic, in websites that exist on this planet. It's worthy to take time to document that, so that my next adventure beyond that, your next adventure beyond that, you can look at them and say, that I have done this, this, and this. That might push me out to applying to something that I might otherwise walk right by. If you don't know, apply. Reach out. Those of you who've been on this planet as long as I've been on my planet and done as many different things in business as I've done, and I know you have varied, wonderful, amazing, intelligent backgrounds, you're never really ready for the job you get anyway. You're going to have to learn a lot of it while you're there. So please, collect your adventures, collect your data, spend some time doing it. I am in the midst of doing it, and since I've redone my calendar and just haven't republished the second edition of it, I have been testing it in my life, and I think it will work for you. Write down your adventures, write down your salient, even adventure type thoughts, journal, get the data of your life down. It's vitally important, and I am a big fan of slowly writing it in print or cursive rather than typing it, because there is a slowness to the pace, because a lot of the pace of the world is just so fast, and as you slow down, you'll write differently if you have to write, and you'll find your subconscious mind comes to the adventure and data of you a lot faster and a lot clearer if you're handwriting it. That's up to you. There's a lot of wonderful things happening out there. You can get on YouTube and watch Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants, and there are wonderful presentations. And this month, it's for women doing phenomenal things in science, exploration, conservation, and nature. Different way of pushing out, different way of transforming and growing. Please, please, by all means, collect your adventures in your data and start today. I'll start tonight. All right, I'll continue what I've been doing for months now, and I promise I'll write some of it down tonight. All right, you do too. I'll see you in wellness tomorrow. I'm Ross of RossCookBalancing.com, and we'll meet again tomorrow. Be well.